Hi, this is Sandra. I went to the health department today and I filed with them um, papers about my case. And I had a letter that I wanted to get to the Pope. I went to the Roman Catholic Church and uh, talked to a sister, Liz, there, and I went to the St. Joseph Hospital, and I spoke to uh, what is wrong with my camera here? They're trying to do an identity theft fraud, I think, on me, or an image theft fraud. So I went to the health department and I filed that they took the original letter that I wrote to the Pope that I gave them to copy to put as received in their files this day of April 18, 2019. I don't know what's wrong with my camera, people. But all I know is that, like Samson said, he said, "Restore my two eyes." When he took down the whole Roman Empire, uh, that's what I'm trying to do, and that's what I am going to do in succeeding in doing. Taking down the whole evil empire that they are. So everything's been filed and documented with my court case, which is going to become a civil action because they have no right to bring any criminal action toward me because realistically, I never did anything wrong. I claimed sovereignty and they came after me claiming that that didn't exist. So I've signed papers with the hospital and I've reported the health department for stealing my original letter and document that I wrote to go to the Vatican and to the Pope, which says, "I am writing in concern of my Sedicate v. Trust, which I have been being robbed of, especially by the poor actions done against me in the state of Kentucky. I wrote you about this matter in October 2017, claiming sovereignty, and on October 17, 2017, the police came after me, shot me after harassing me for over 3 hours. I have video footage of this in my life story on my YouTube channel. My recent live stream one speak of my wisdom about becoming a secured party creditor and no longer a debtor, which I should have never been in the first place. As a true child of the divine, all wisdom and knowledge has been revealed to me. The truth, no more lies and deceit. I revealed Don Hester, who claims to be Satan, in my video called "Is This the Man?" and prove 22 of 22 of my book, and the audio video proof called "Is This the Man?" I in the audio video proof where he claims he caused the 911 attacks and caused a nuclear war. I didn't put that part in the letter, but I was letting the Pope know of these videos. And that he is my ex-husband, that I should know if he's the devil because I'm the one who's been fighting him spiritually and being afflicted, fighting his image out of my head. That started in 2009, where I've been fighting him out of my temple, and he will not exalt himself above the highest of the high. And listen, people, the name God is a pagan name of Egyptian gods. It goes back to the Nephilim, the fallen angels, the Savior, and that's why in God we trust. It says on the back of the dollar bill, the name God has nothing to do with the Creator, the real Creator. So I revealed Don Hester, who claims to be Satan. I tell the Vatican here. From what I've learned, you are supposed to be made aware of all this, and that beast to administer punishment on my adversaries and to restore me to my right stand status in recognition of my position in good fight. My novel and good works, my book I wrote is my stand, my witness, the good works I've accomplished. I've spread this news all over. I passed out probably 1,000, if not more, business cards about my book and exposing all the fraudulence in the Federal Reserves and passing out my cards to people to try to reveal the truth to them and save souls. See, here's my my business card, and I you know, I wrote my book and published it to try to save souls. You know, my book by me, Sandra Gwen Musgrove. It's the only thing I need to make sure I put in there. My Christian name, Sandra Gwen, which they've been robbing me with my Sedekah trust with. My surname is, from what I found out, is how they do it. So, status and recognition of my good fight, my novel, my book, because you win over by power of a novel, post to see, and it is a Black's Law Dictionary law that I have overcome them and won the fight just by my book that I wrote itself. I have been seriously abused by this system, and then I put view my live stream. This is my letter. See, I that I want to get to the Pope, that I gave to the administration of the health department that has insurance on me through their medical insurance, you know. And so I said, I've been seriously abused by the system and bullied. I defended myself against my second husband, David Lubin, who also claimed to be Satan the night I shot him in self-defense, while he revealed to me in a song he kept playing over and over that he had a gun and was going to kill me, and that he was into bestiality, incest, pedophilia, homosexuality, etc. I was to be given a city of refuge to escape the avenger of death in Deuteronomy 19, Numbers 35, Joshua 23-6. But instead, this awful state of Kentucky put me right in the hands of the devil himself. Obviously, if I were guilty, the infinite above all creator would have allowed Don Hester II to kill me. I am seeking retribution and restoration for the crimes against me. I have been sacrificed over and over by this adulterous system. Federal Reserve notes, the beast registration via CSKV birth certificates. I have filed my complaints and petitions with the court here and in Supreme Court, but there is the highest court who sees above all of you that brings vengeance. And I expect my demands and commands be met immediately as Queen and Bride, Sandra Gwen, Christian name, overcoming the robbery, surname Musgrove, in the all caps fiction, Sandra Musgrove. You all created, that's not me. With all due respect, Sandra Gwen, and due respect to me, not to them. They're all devils and thieves and have been trespassing on what belongs to me. Without prejudice, UCC 1, UCC 3, lawful money, demand of my gold and my silver. And I said, thank you for your attention in my case and innocence. All right, and then I put Donald Keith Hester II and David Albert Lubin. Donald Keith Hester II, born 9175. David Albert Lubin, I think he was born 6/18/62, died 3/18/2007. My ex-husbands, they're devils. Put that in the letter, okay? Because there needs to be punishment put on these men for what they did to me. Both Donnie and David were devils that were, and Donnie claimed to be Satan, the real one, that came to try to steal from me, kill me, and destroy me. So, anyways, I filed this, and I have the original at the courthouse after they stole my original letter that was like this to be sent to the Vatican that I was going to mail. But I just wanted them to stamp it and have it received and put in there where their insurance is on me. Ain't nobody going to have any insurance on me from my life, and to take my life and take my image and take my blood and do a identity theft fraud, or an image theft fraud is really what it is. And so this is dated 4/18/2019. It says the Health Department and Food Stamp Office, my original letter to Pope was stolen. I said poop. Yeah, it's what it is. B. Rogers and K9 Officer Combs came to the scene and heard my complaint. They told me to get out of there. I was trespassing. No, they're the liars and the trespassers. They're the one who's trespassing. You all are trying to do image theft, ID theft fraud. You're trespassing on my property and stole my original letter document. Sandra Gwen Musgrove. And I filed this at 2:23 today with the. I'll keep her name, Tanya. So this is my proof of my complaint. with these evil, wicked people in Mount Sterling, Montgomery County, Kentucky. These people are evil, what they have done to me. And then I gave them this, which they did not want to let me file in the newspaper, and the newspaper sent me back my money, they sent me back a check for my, um, for what I paid to put the ad. That was this one, which I had notarized. And this says, in recent collected knowledge, I have discovered information about my Sedicate Trust, Capita Demunum Maximus, Unum Sanctum, which was done in 1455, and the Tiara, which happened in 1481. This is all satanic crown, the regime of the Attorney Regis, the legislators that ran all the way from that 1871 into the 41st Congress, it's called the Corpus Juris Secundum Civilis. That happened in 528 and 534. It ran into 541 location United States, location District of Columbia, reorganization plan number 26. It happened in 1950, something that went back hundreds of years ago, ran into the United States to enslave and entrap everybody under the Egyptian God Federal Reserve notes and your birth certificates. So, and then I put the titles and codes and sections. Title 27. This is in a public law book, by the way. Title 5 U.S. Code, Section 903. Public Law 94-564, Title 27, Federal Regularization, Section 25111, Title 4 USA Codes. This is about how the flag is no nation, no constitution. So if you stay under this system, you really have no rights. You just have benefits and privileges, and your civil rights have really been taken, your common law rights. And most people don't know that. I didn't. That's why 12 years ago when I got charged for killing David in self-defense, I was took advantage of. And it was all to steal from me from my Sedicate trust. So this happened with Nixon and Abraham Lincoln and 4 presidents, this action that changed our nation into a maritime admiralty laws, which means your foot on the land, common law rights that you were born here with, they're like kingdom of heaven citizenship rights, were taken from you. There's no footprint in water, people. It means that you are lost at sea, you are dead. So everything that's in all caps letters, I'm trying to get rid of. That's why I went to the health department, and I went to the hospital, and I went to everywhere, stores everywhere around here that has had my name, the banks, everything. So, then I said I'm seeking remedy and recourse, because you're allowed to do that through the UCC1 demand, and that's in a Black's Law Dictionary. It says that, if you not knowing the ramifications of that contract, you have the right to revoke it and make everything you've ever signed retroactive as if it never happened. It means that they don't have any more rights over you. You're a sovereign citizen. So this is everything that I'm accomplishing here. And I've already read to you my other letters about me as plaintiff. And I gave them a copy of this one, which is about fair and due process of law, all disclosures and returns of my properties, my mansions, my gold, my homes, everything that's been stolen from me. And then I filed with the hospital information that I don't want them being able to take my blood, my DNA, that I don't want anyone getting any information about me anymore unless they are, it has to be me and me alone and my direct permission. So, I'm doing away with this system in my life. They're getting the heck out of my life. And, like Shamshin, who said, restore my 2 eyes and, take these down. When he was taught, Samson did not really kill himself. Okay? That is symbolic. Samson went through what they put me through, with the Ezekiel's wheels going round and round in circles. 360 degrees, you're supposed to do a 180. That's where you're impaled on an upright stake, and you don't go back to sin and into sin and go and like a snake swallowing its tail, repeating um, the same vicious cycle of sin in your life. You're getting it all out, all the sin, and all the signs, all the signatures, and I have been crucified by the beast system, the Federal Reserve System, and by the curses that the Vatican puts on your soul by owning your soul through your Sedicate trust, through your birth certificate, which is registered on their docks with their ships as a corporation. You're corporate because that all caps, it's a curse, people. That name, all caps letter, curses you, and it makes you their evil government corporate property, whether you realize it or not. You can be in denial of this and say, well, I'm saved, I claim that I might say. Listen, there is a legal, lawful, they're legalese. Lawful is different than legal. Just like lawful money is different than legal tender. And there is lawful actions you have to take, like the Savior did against the Roman Empire and the Sadducees and the Pharisees and the tax collectors and those who practice usury and leasing on us through this Egyptian slave god terrible Federal Reserve government. So you have to do this to become a secured party creditor and no longer a debtor. And so being saved, there's a spiritual, mystic, mysterious action and overcoming all evil that happens with that. And then, so it's all mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, mystical, and then lawful. You have to cover all areas of your life, not just one. Well, I'm saved. I believe I have a creator and a savior who paid the price for my sins with the shed blood. And, that shed blood happens in you. That blood is in you. And he said, the creator and savior, you want to call him Jesus, but Jesus goes back to Zeus, Isis, Horus. It's the name of an Egyptian god. The more appropriate, like, Hebrew name that I found was Hashua, and Hashua was the one who took over the land of Jericho, and took down all the Nephilim, the evil giants, and that was a female woman's name, all the Ha's. So that was the original way to say Joshua, was Hashua. And anyways, it's any man that's born of a woman will be saved, and the seed of the woman crushes Satan's head. And when you're in your mother's womb, you're first a woman before you become a man, if you're a man. And so there's a lot of symbolism in the scriptures and parables and stuff that narrows the way, and few will find it, that people don't understand it. But the truth is coming out, and there's over 500 million sovereign citizens who have figured out the truth and have come out of this Federal Reserve beast system and have claimed their Sedicate trust and have become secured party creditors. And you have to do the spiritual cleansing work and fight against Satan and everything too. This is not just about that goal that's at the end of the tunnel, at the end of the rainbow. It's in finally earning your kingdom of heaven and position and inheritances, because the kingdom of heaven is here on this earth, people, is what people don't understand. There's, like me, I have went through the crucifixion like the Savior did. This is really what happened to whom, what they call Jesus, Joshua, So, the Christ, the Christos, the anointed one, the Hamashiach. And I'm not crazy, people. This is for real. No doctor can help me. I've been diagnosed. I've been medicated. I've been, I've received psychiatric treatments. I've had them try to say, oh, this is tardive dyskinesia, or you have a tic, or, this is PTSD, or, people who have really come to know me, believe me and realize and know that I'm telling them the truth. That this has to do with what the book of Revelations talks about, the Hazon, overcoming by the blood of the Lamb that's in you, running up and through your corpus callosum, and the power of your witness, not loving your life so much as to shrink from death. And see, death happens when you go down and then you come up in your spine, in your brain, up through, but it's also overcoming death, that all caps letter, that fiction that they created, that you're not supposed to be. It's also coming the death of, the fear of death, of actually overcoming death, period. Like not being afraid of your enemies. He said not to fear man. The Creator said not to fear man and what they can do to you, but fear the one who can cast both body and soul into hell. And I have fought through the gates of hell against these demons and these devils that have persecuted me and tormented me, because they want to try to keep me in this Federal Reserve beast system. But they've lost. I won. I have figured everything out. They can't do that. And they are trying to keep me in submission and compliance. I had a cop come and at the park last night and was like, are you okay, Sandra? What are you doing? Somebody said that you were I don't remember what he said. I mean, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was praying and singing in the park. I had passed out some business cards, and I tried to witness to him to save his wretched soul, because they're all lost. All the officers, they're all deceived. And then these officers show up at the health department because I complained that the lady who took my information to be filed stole my original copy to the letter. Then I had, to go to the Pope. This is a copy. My original, which was on paper, she didn't hand back to me. And she, like, this is paper. She didn't hand that back to me. And so I made a complaint with the cops, and I filed it in the courthouse to document this, because they're not going to do any kind of theft. They've already stole my blood when they shot me and brought me to the hospital. They took my blood. They've also swabbed my mouth, took my DNA. They are thefts. They are up to no good. They have been up to no good and trying to steal from me my kingdom of heaven and authority and crown and power. You know, I've heard you can clone people and stuff with their DNA and their blood and all of that. And I come against you, Satan. And I mean, the thing is these stupid goddamn motherfuckers, excuse my French, but that's exactly what they are, is they're damned and doomed to destruction. They're fucking sick, disgusting, make me sick motherfuckers that deserve to go to hell. They're dumb if they think they're going to get away with their shit. Okay? Because there isn't a creator who created all of this. He created even the devil and the angels that fell with Satan, okay, who are running all this shit. The freaking satanic regime, fallen angel motherfuckers, okay? And that creator who's uncreated, who just spoke everything into existence, sees what the hell's going on here and what they're doing against me, Sandra Musgrove. And if they think that they're going to get away with it, especially after 10 years of me fighting Satan and their demons and fighting, you see, it's like the Savior said. He said, don't walk on maritime water. Don't be walking in. He's like, there's a storm. When Peter was in that storm and he got scared, they're trying to scare me and manipulate me and take advantage of me and prolong things and put me through all this hell. trying to make it hard for me. Well, fuck all you goddamn motherfuckers, because you ain't gonna succeed and you ain't gonna win and you don't deserve shit. You ain't nothing but a bunch of deceitful, lying usurpers and snakes and devils, thieves. Get off my property. Get off. You get off, Satan, number one, is gonna get the hell out of my temple for once and for all and for good. I've been fighting that dog, that bastard, an illegitimate kid. He ain't a child. For almost 10 years. And then you got here in Kentucky, you got Officer Don that comes on the radio. And it was a Judge Don who had me arrested. And Don Hester claims to be Satan. And then Don Trump, he's the president. And the scriptures in Revelation 7 said were from Genesis 49 when all the children were named and blessed and whatever. Well, the Genesis 49:16, Dan, which was Don, wasn't blessed. He said, "You are the serpent, by the way, the one that bites the rider's heels." The father, was it Abraham or whatever, is like, "You're the devil," he said to Don. "You're the bad guy, bad kid. Shame, shame, shame." And in Revelation 7, the tribe of Dan, all the 12 other tribes, Issachar, Benjamin, all that name ain't in there. Okay. I believe that there was originally maybe 13 tribes from what they say. And that's why there's only 12, So they're evil and they're bad. Ever since I've come to Kentucky, I've had to fight against such evil. And there is a ziggurat that I don't know if the Egyptian gods built in here in this state or if it was just naturally built by the Creator and Savior himself. But that ziggurat, I saw video footage of it. There was a guy years ago I was watching on YouTube who showed that there's a ziggurat. He was going down this hill. He was riding a bike and he was showing and he was explaining what a ziggurat was. I never even heard of it before. But it means sacrifice. The sacrifice of like a lot of people. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you what, people. I moved here in 2004 when my daddy was dying in the hospital because the police came in on him. The sheriffs were collecting money and the judges from my dad's drug dealing. They were all crooked, okay? And my father got set up and my dad got drugged in the jail and he went into cardiac arrest and he ended up dying 2 months later. I ended up down here in 2004 when that happened because I had to make all his medical decisions, right? Well, ever since I came here, I've had nothing but bad stuff happen to me because, it's no wonder if Satan, the devil himself, lives here, was born here, and raised here. No wonder. So I feel like I'm walking in the land of the dead, you know, with all the all caps letters, it's everywhere, and these people that are so deceived. And I have tried to save these poor wretched souls of people that live here in Kentucky. And I have a cousin that I love that lives here in Kentucky. And, I I forgive my grandma. She's done some bad things to me, and she's 92 now, and she's possibly dying. I don't. And then I have my uncle I care about, my Uncle David, but my Uncle Wayne did me wrong when I was little, and I have some family here, but I don't really, talk to any of them or get along with any of them except for Diane. And then I had one cousin who contacted me last night, Gabrielle, which was sweet of her. It's the first time I've seen or heard from her in, years since she was a little girl. But I feel sorry for people here in Kentucky because a lot of them are so deceived. And it might be because the enemy himself lived here in this state, and it kind of like cursed him or something, you know. And you gotta remember Donnie's cousin or grandfather was a sheriff, and the sheriffs are registered with the Queen, and it's all Dun and Bradstreet. They're not. It's anarchy. They're not even registered. The police are not even supposed to be here. They're not even supposed to be police. They really don't deserve that title of the police. They are registered with a foreign entity, people. Do you know what that means, foreign entity? That foreign, it means not natural. Not, we're talking about aliens. We're talking about demonic entities, you know. And see, like these cops, I know maybe when they were little, they were raised in a family and they thought it was going to be a good thing to become a cop and whatever. But you know, this situation is deep, and I don't know if these cops are just all of them are doomed to destruction. They're all evil, you know, and they're all part of the satanic regime, and they can't be saved, or if they've just raised with traditions and cultures, and it's not their fault, you know, not all of them, because I'm sure there's a lot of, well, there seems to be some police officers that, and like I said, they don't deserve that title, whether they realize it or not, because they are not lawfully registered in any state to do any business. The Federal Reserve is not. And any officer operating under the collections of Federal Reserve Government Corporation is illegal and fraudulent. The whole maritime admiralty, lost at sea laws that they run, and the equity law, that is all anti-government. It's all anti-Christ, if you want to call it that. It's all anti-truth. It's all fiction. It's all a lie. It's all part of the dead. And I mean, these evil entities are getting off my property, my heart, my mind, my body, my soul. Soul and Sole. My nefesh overcomes that nakash, that serpent, and my land, and you know, everything on this earth and in this world when I was born here was supposed to be mine. And I have earned mansions in the kingdom of heaven, which is here on this earth as it is in heaven, for my faith and my fight and my goodness and my works and my love. And I have shown a lot of forgiveness to people who have done me wrong and done me dirty and tried to take advantage of me and manipulate me, because I was always a little bit naive and innocent and did not know the things that I know now. And they try to say I have bipolar. Well, bipolar really is a dark night of the soul. It's transforming from dark to light and overcoming the darkness and going completely into the light, complete exposure and enlightenment. All right. And then they say I have PTSD. Well, yeah, I have PTSD, post-trauma, you know, because the trauma of what I've been through, fighting through the gates of hell, fighting Satan. I mean, this has been not only physically painful, tearing, ripping apart my brain, my soul, all of that, but it's been like most people freak out and go crazy and be like, oh my goodness, what's happening to me? What the hell is this? I mean, and it started in 2009 when I got put in prison after I met Donnie, right? Most people would just, you know, this kind of spirit, you're not taught this in the church, so when it happens to you, you're just like, what the heck is going on here, you know? What is happening to me, you know? And it happened because I'm such a strong lover of the Creator and Savior. I was destined and preordained and foreordained to be truly saved and truly a child of the kingdom of heaven and that inheritance. You know, and when we all get here, the enemy tries to take that from all of us, you know. And so all I can do is hope and pray that my witness and the truth that I have shared publicly when I'm out and about, publicly through my YouTube videos, and that I will publicly in court say, will help save many of souls. If it, if it only saves me and my children, because I am not going to allow the Vatican to have my children as their property anymore, or my grandchildren, and what scares me is that when in the days of Noah, when there was a judgment, there was only Noah and his family that was saved, 8 people. And then in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, when Lot and his family were took out by the 4 angels who came in to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, there was only Lot and his family, which was like 8. I think both times there was only 8. And it's weird and funny. If you calculate me and my 6 children that I have, one of them passed away, but I've already told the Pope, the Vatican, to loose his soul. They have no claim over his soul. And I noticed all my children's birth certificates was in all caps letters, and it says on the back, surety bond on the back of their birth certificates. They don't own my children. I claim that. I rebuke that. But anyways, with me and my children and my grandchildren, that equals 8 people, So I don't know, people. I don't know how many people can be saved, truly saved in this, in the judgments that are happening and getting poured out. I mean, I do think that a lot of the sovereigns who have claimed sovereignty will be saved because they have come out of the beast system. They have come out of the fraud that's here. Now, whether or not all the sovereigns really teach and preach the whole truth about, true spirituality and true salvation in the spiritual realm of things, I mean, they might in the legal or lawful aspect of things, but whether or not, I do think that Santos Bonacci teaches a lot of truth about overcoming and ascending, and Justinian deception does too, and I think that high frequency does. But the only thing is I don't believe in calling on any pagan name of a pagan god, or even from what I've discovered, calling on the name God, because like Alan Horvath shows in his video, Satan's name is God, and it says in the back of the dollar bill, "In God we trust," and then you've got Satan and the sons of God who presented themselves before the Creator in the chapter 6 of the book of Genesis, and in Job 1 and 2, it says that in Genesis 6, that the sons of God saw the beauty of women and had sex with them, created the hybrid breed. They were destroyed during the time of Noah. So, and then you got Job 1 and 2, where Satan's and the sons of God came to present themselves to, do the testing of Job, which I have been through that. So, I have been tested. My faith has been tested. I have overcome death, hell, and the grave, the lion, the adder, and the dragon. that serpent, I've been crucified in the skull of Golgotha in my pineal. I've had to go through what Samson did, taking down the Roman pillars, taking down the evil Roman Empire, which was destroyed last time by Alexander the Great, and now it's going to be destroyed by me, Sandra Gwen. The Federal Reserve needs to be abolished. It is a fraudulent beast system, Egyptian god system to enslave and entrap the people. And I'm going through the process of ridding myself of that, claiming that all signatures, past, present, and future, while I'm going through this due process of law, are revoked, retroactive, all signatures by me and my children, my family, that it will not be held against us, because I'm fighting up against these damn bulls, and the bulls of Bashan will be sacrificed on my altar, the Savior and Creator said, and they're all evil bulls, and they've tried to bully me, and there's going to be vengeance, for what? Pain and suffering. They're going to pay. As far as I'm concerned, that gazillion that the Pope holds over there in the Vatican through their vault where they curse everybody's soul, that belongs to me as the bride, as the queen, as the true child. And I know that with the gold and the power and the crown that I deserve and that I have earned, my goal and desire would be to return the earth back to the way it was during the Garden of Eden, the paradise, to rid the earth of these corporations that are polluting the earth, and to rid everybody in the world of the lies and deceit that they've been under, and get everybody on a frugivore diet, go from vegetarian to frugivore, like Santos Bonacci talks about, and fasting, and rid of your body of all the toxins and uncleanliness, and restore your body and the earth back to its original perfect form that it was created in before we all got messed with and tainted with by these chemicals and toxins and processed foods and meats that are got hormones and vaccinations that are bad for us, and the fluoride in the water and the medications and all the things that were part of the satanic regime to destroy us, to destroy our temples, to destroy your power that comes out of your mind, your brain, your pineal. A pine cone that's at the end of the staff of the Pope, talking about the pineal. They want that power. They want that pineal power. Well, they can't have mine. No. That's why they arrested me. They were trying to do a grab for power. The goddamn motherfuckers, excuse my French. They deserve gay nom sheol for what they did to me. Because, I had already been going through the fight for 9 years. And I was this close to finally achieving my sovereignty, which they claimed. They tried to brainwash me when I was in jail and prison. It didn't exist. And when I got out, I'm telling you, I was sick for like 4 months. All I could do was pace the floors like a caged animal. I had PTSD so bad. So anyways, everything's been petitioned and filed, and this is a civil matter. The lady at the courthouse says, well, I have to put this in your criminal case, not a civil. You got $221 to file for a civil case? I said, well, give me my secured creditor trust, and I can pay for anything, I don't want to use your goddamn Federal Reserve government masquerading government corporate lying money ass bullshit anymore. I don't want to comply with your goddamn shit anymore. And you know what? I hate cussing, but I'm cursing these damn fools that they are. Because when they mess with me, they mess with the wrong woman. And if they continue to keep fucking with me, the wrath and the judgment that I'm going to bring on their asses is going to hit them like lightning. And they're going to be so damn sorry. It's pathetic. Because I'm getting angry, man. And I'm righteously angry, man. And I have every right to be mad. Because they're not the ones who have suffered this hell that they caused me, And then they want to keep prolonging my hell by trying to keep me in compliance with their goddamn bullshit. That's why, like, the cops came in on me yesterday and today. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Fuck you, goddamn motherfuckers. Don't fuck with me anymore. I'm going to tell you what. I told them. Put me on a do not detain list. Diplomatic immunity. Want my dedicated trust. I am a secured party predator. I've been nice. No more Mrs. Nice Girl. Stop messing with me. Stop trying to take advantage of me. And stop trying to oppress me or suppress me or scare me or put fear in me or try to make me think that I have to obey you and your goddamn fraudulent laws that are not laws. They're equity laws, maritime laws. They are not laws of the constitutional rights that were given to the American citizens a long time ago by our forefathers, the common law rights. They are not the laws and rights of kingdom of heaven children and citizens who were born here. You guys are all foreign fucking entities, demons and devils and Satanists, as far as I'm concerned. You're devils in disguise. You represent Satan and the devil and the Vatican and the fucking goddamn liars that you are. I don't know if any of you can be saved. And I try to be nice and respectful. I'm the one who deserves respect. I'm the injured party by the injury that you have done to me and my soul with your lies and deceit and taking advantage of me. That started a long time ago. Started 12 years ago. And see, it's funny, it's been 12 years. Everything's 12. You got the 12 disciples, 12 zodiac signs. It's been 12 years. So that means there's going to be retribution now. All right? That's all I got to say for now. Ta-ta for now. Hey to all the sovereign creditors out there who are no longer under this goddamn doomed to destruction federal beast system. Good riddance to all you motherfuckers. Praise the great I am, the Sandra Gwen in me that took you all down with the power that's in me by my righteous, good creator who's above all powers, kingdoms, and thrones and crowns. And that power lives in me. So you're all going to be sorry forever messing with me. Goodbye. Idiots. Fools. Dummies. Idiots. Fools. Dummies. That's exactly what they are. Bad kids. Feel sorry for you for the wrath and judgment that you're going to suffer. The retribution. Everything that I went through, it's coming right back at you now. All the pain and suffering. You took my children. My son got killed. This persecution and torture and being sacrificed over and over again because I've been in this adulterous Federal Reserves. You know, Savior talks about unjust weights and measures. He talks about this in the scriptures. I didn't even know it, you know, about being in using their money. It's adultery, people. It's adultery in the eyes of the whom you call Jesus, the Christ. They're the Antichrist. The whole Federal Reserve government, the Vatican, they're the Antichrist. Is what they are. They're the anti-true Savior, and you know. So it's time that I'm given the respect that I earned, and that they stop disrespecting me, and they better not try to hurt me or my family anymore. And I mean it. I mean it, because I will bring such fire and brimstone on them. It's pathetic. And there's already going to be fire and brimstone poured out on them as it is. So the more they keep fucking with me, the worse they're going to make it on themselves. And they can mark my words on that. I've been nice, and I've been took advantage of, but no more. No more.